Good morning. It's time to get started with our mental math. We're going to do some addition and subtraction facts. They've been giving us a lot of these lately to get our math brain going for the day. So today is an explorations day, and what we're going to be exploring is taking a shape, because we've talked about shapes, and breaking it into equal parts. So we're going to do some work with our GeoBoard, and I have a page for you to practice at home with it. All right, let's get started. 7 plus 5. Use your double facts to help you. You can use your 10 facts to help you. Remember, with our mental math, we try not to use our fingers. We want to have these facts stored up in our brains. So 7 plus 5 equals 12. 6 plus 8. You can think 6 plus 6. You can think 8 plus 8. 6 plus 8 is 2 more than 6 plus 6 and 2 less than 8 plus 8, so it gives us 14. And 8 plus 7. You can use 8 plus 8 minus 1, 7 plus 7 plus 1. Either way, you're going to get the answer 15. Remember, you can always pause if you need a little extra time. Level 2, leveling up. Here we go. All right. 5 plus 9. So I like to use 10s when I see 9s because 10s are really easy to work with, and then all I have to do is take 1 away from the answer I come up with. So if you think 5 plus 10 is 15 and you take 1 away, you get your answer of 14. 7 plus 9. I can think 7 plus 10 and then minus 1. 16. Excellent. And then we have 8 plus 5. I don't know that double facts will really help us here. We could do 10, but then we'd have to do minus 2. So whatever strategy works for you, but 8 plus 5 equals 13. All right, warming up those brains. Level 3, here we go. Let's do it. 17 minus 8, so some subtraction going on here. I like to use addition to help me solve subtraction. So 8 plus what equals 17? Well, 8 plus 8 equals 16. So if I just add one more, 8 plus 9 can give me 17. So 17 minus 8 equals 9. Use those related facts, those fact triangles. Okay, how about 16 minus 7? 7 plus what equals 16? 7 plus 7 is 14, and I would need to add 2 more. 7 plus 10 is 17, and I need to take 1 away to get 16. Whatever way I do it, whatever way works best for me, the difference is 9. And our last one, 17 minus 9. So 9 plus what equals 17? 9 plus 9 is 18, so I can use that double fact to help me. 9 plus 9 is 18, then 9 plus 8 is 17. Excellent. All right, let's take a look at our math message. So you're going to need a piece of paper or a whiteboard to do this. I need for you to draw me 3 different shapes. Okay, I need for you to draw me a shape with 3 sides and 3 angles. Okay, I need you to draw me a shape with 1 or 2 pairs of parallel lines. Remember, parallel lines are lines that never cross, right? They are never going to touch. They run up and down or left and right or diagonal, and they are usually side by side in some way. But if they went on and on forever and ever, they would never, ever touch. So I want you to draw me a shape that either has 1 set of parallel lines, so maybe a left and a right or a top and a bottom, or if you can even think of one that has 2 pairs, that would be great as well. And then I want you to draw me a shape that has 1 right angle. So a right angle, I don't know if we talked about these. A right angle is a shape that has an angle or a corner, right, where you could fit the letter L inside of it. If you take your finger, pointer finger and your thumb, and you put it up to make the letter L, right, that is a right angle. Right? So if you even look right here, right, this right here, this shape down here, just this little box, this is a right angle, this part right here. Okay? If we look at the top here, this part of our math message is a right angle. Okay, so it's a perfect corner that makes a right angle. So you're going to go ahead and draw those 3 shapes for me. You're going to pause while you do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up our shapes. And when you have drawn your shapes, you're going to unpause, come back to me, and we will see what kind of shapes we could have drawn to match these clues that I've given you. All right, go ahead and pause, draw, and come back to me when you're done. All right, so I've got my shapes up. You should have your shapes drawn. We are going to first start with, let's go back and take a look. Right, a shape with 3 sides and 3 angles. All right, 3 sides and 3 angles. All right, so you could have drawn the shape. We have 1, 2, 3 sides and 1, 2, 3 angles. You could have drawn one that looks like this. Could have drawn one that looks like this. Right? As long as it had 3 sides and 3 angles and they were made of straight lines so that it was a polygon, right, you have drawn a correct shape. What do we notice about all of these shapes here? No matter what kind you drew, if it had 3 sides and 3 angles, what kind of shape do we have? Correct, triangles. So all triangles have the same attributes: 3 sides, 3 angles, and 3 vertices. Perfect. All right, so now our next one was to draw a shape that had 1 or 2 sets of parallel lines. So there's a couple options here. Right? If you drew a rectangle, right? If you drew a square, if you drew a trapezoid, you would have drawn a shape that has 1 or 2 pairs of parallel lines. Right? A rectangle has 2 pairs. Left and right are parallel, top and bottom are parallel. Your square also has 2 pairs. Top and bottom, left and right. The trapezoid only has 1 pair, the top and the bottom. The left and the right are not parallel because eventually these lines here are going to meet. Another shape that you could have drawn, which we don't have here, is a hexagon, an octagon, right? Or even a pentagon. Right? So let's say, just so that I can show you guys. Right, so this one right here, top and bottom are parallel. This left top side and this right bottom side are parallel. This left bottom side and this top right side are parallel. Right? They will never ever meet. They are straight. They are set in a way where if they went on and on forever and ever, those pairs would never ever meet. This actually has 3 sets of parallel lines. This one right here, we call this a parallelogram. It's a parallelogram because it too has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Even though it's slightly tilted, the top and bottom are parallel. They will never meet, never intersect. And our left and our right are also parallel. Okay? So all of these shapes here, except for this one because it has 3 pairs, have 1 or 2 pairs of parallel lines. So our last one was to find a shape that had a right angle. This one does not have a right angle. This one does not have a right angle. And this one does not have a right angle. Right? But these two shapes do. This right here is a right angle. It has 4 right angles. This square has a right angle. It also has 4 right angles. But these triangles also have 1 right angle in each of them. This down here is a right angle, and this down here is a right angle. A right angle is when you can stick the corner of a piece of paper or you can make the letter L, right? You have a right angle. So all of these things that we are talking about with these shapes are called attributes. Right? They're kind of like properties or adjectives to describe the shapes. So as we move into our lesson for today, right, we are going to be taking shapes and we are going to be splitting them into equal parts. So we're kind of taking what we've been doing with equal parts in our arrays, equal rows, equal groups, and now we're moving into equal parts, and we're using what we've done with shapes to help us as well. So I will see you in our next math video. Go ahead and click on that when you're ready.